Well, family, good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. How are you doing this marvelous Monday morning? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope if you were out there just kind of enjoying the day or the weather, maybe doing a little window shopping, maybe driving around a little bit, just thinking about how you're going to end out this powerful year 2015 because it is coming to a close. So you're able to achieve your goals. This year is not too late. Are you still setting your goals? Have you done what you want to do? Have you gone where you want to go? Have you shared the vitamin sprays with everyone that you want to share them with? It's not too late, family. It's a brand new week, and we have a chance to get it started all over again. That's the beauty about life. Each and every day you wake up, you get to start a brand new speech and get it going. Well, you have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. And this is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, with my business partner, two-star Pastor Dale Wafer. Family, the line is open. Who's with me this morning? Introduce yourself and let me know where you're calling in from.
Jesse Bowden, calling from the Pentagon.
Good morning, Jesse. Bringing the Pentagon along with you. How are you this morning?
Hey, outstanding, Pastor Denise. I'm just looking forward to taking advantage, like you said, this brand new fun and get this thing started and to grow my team. And
that's the good attitude to take every day, too, Jesse. Just each and every day. I like when Denise Moore says, okay, it's halftime, team. It's time to get in that huddle. They're going to come up with a new game plan and make it work. Right, Jess?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. That's right. Well, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Keep it coming, family, which is with us.
There's a lot of people at work today, Pastor Denise.
Well, you know what? It's going to be a hot day outside today. I heard that we're going to get some more hot weather. You know, July was a very hot month, and the humidity didn't help it. So, and today, and this is August. August is supposed to be the hottest month of the year. So I've got July made up for it. But if August is going to be hotter than that, we got a lot of spraying to share.
Well, I'm bringing the fire, so it can get hot as it want to be. I'm gonna bring the fire. I'll bring the fire. Payday. I'm ready to get paid. I don't care how hot or cold. You can get paid every day.
That's right, Robert.
And
Payday is every day.
That's how it goes. Yep. And Team Effort Network, that's the way it goes. Let's don't get it twisted now. Let's not get it twisted.
There's a lot of truth in that, Robert. You can't get paid every day in Team Effort Network. You don't have to wait for that weekly pay. Not when you're reselling sprays, right, Robert?
That's correct. That's correct.
Well, I tell you, it's a true thing.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
I know how it is.
Good morning to the dynamic trio.
Ah. How are you, Mr. Jackson? Are you back home yet?
Yes, ma'am. I'm back. Back in
Did y'all enjoy
always
the weekend?
Good. Oh, yeah. Always good going up to the mountains. Always nice. Air's good. High elevation.
That's right. You know, Paul, you said something really, folks need to hear on the regular at the TTP last Thursday. You know, you got to keep things balanced up. It's good to work hard, but you got to enjoy yourself too, right?
Yes, you have to keep a balance. You got to enjoy yourself.
That's right, family. Get out there and vacation. That's where you meet new people, too. Meet new people and start new business partners and get something else going when you get out there and get away. And share your sprays. I know you're free to share the sprays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, as soon as Sunday came around, made the connection and moved the trim, a box of trim, and 3 sprays. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, right? No problem at all, right?
Oh, the products are awesome. They move themselves. All you can do is let people know that they're there. And people just want them. They just gravitate to them.
That's it. Well, let's get ready to meet out and get this call. Oh,
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
It's so good to hear you guys joining us this morning on a Monday morning, coming out of a wonderful weekend with such a positive attitude. And like Robert said, in Team Effort Network, every day really is payday. especially if you're benefiting from the retail part of what the compensation plan offers. And, I think it's amazing, just one tube of spray, that's $30, depending on what you're retailing it for. Some are retailing for $35, some $40, but one tube of spray, a 30-day supply, $30. And $30 can get you through a day, right? Can get you through a day. But we're not just doing one spray at a time. We're retailing the entire package because people really do want and need what we have. I was doing some reading this week, and I think Paul Jackson mentioned this book to me some time ago. I think it's called The $1 Trillion Book. And it talked about in this decade, listen to this, family, in this decade right here, an additional $1 trillion annually of the U.S. economy will be devoted to the wellness industry. Now, that's saying a lot based on where we are and the products we have. Mount A. McGill knew exactly what they were doing when they got in the health and wellness industry, because this decade, that is where I think it was $300 billion of annual sales in wellness products over the last 3 or 4 years. $300 billion of annual sales, and they're expecting an additional $6 trillion before this year ends out. That's a 300% growth in the wellness industry. And they said, why is this happening? Because people want to feel healthier. They want to look better. They want to slow down the aging process. Everyone's trying to slow that down. Like Mr. Jackson said, people, they don't mind getting old. They just don't want to look it. We love the maturity that comes along with aging. But if you can take a product that can keep you looking young and give you the energy that you need and strengthen you from the inside out, and to also possibly take sprays that can prevent diseases from even happening in the first place, that's where people are investing their money. People want to live longer, and they want to enjoy life, and they want to look good while they're doing it. So we're in the right place at the right time. When it comes to the health and wellness industry, we are right where we need to be. Right where we need to. So position yourself to benefit from these trillions of dollars that's going to be dedicated or devoted to the wellness industry, because ready or not, it's coming. Well, Mel Gill said we're going to go $50 million this year. He knows exactly what he's talking about. I mean, research is showing people are investing in the health and wellness industry, and we have something that is 100% guaranteed. Every single person that we have given the sprays to, that I know that you know of, have taken the sprays, and they have gotten incredible results. I mean, life-changing results off of medication. People who couldn't lose weight for years are losing weight. People who are dealing with diabetes, vertigo, arthritis, just all types of conditions. People are taking the vitamin D. So much research has been given on the importance of vitamin D. And if you haven't researched it, I suggest you research vitamin D deficiency just to see what's linked to it. So when you share the sprays, people say, yeah, my doctor keeps telling me I need vitamin D. But you have it in a spray form. That's 98% more absorbent than in a pill form. And that's what you want to let them know. If you need vitamin D, take it in the best form possible. Well, family, that's what I want to share for today, because it's Monday morning, and I have my pen and my paper, and I know that you all have your pen and your paper, because we have Coach Nikisha Bond that comes on every morning, and she loads us up with some wonderful information to put into our toolbox so we can grow our business. My buddy Casadell will not be with us today, but looking forward for him to be here tomorrow. But I'm going to bring to the call right now my coach, Nikisha Bond. Coach Nikisha, are you there?
Woohoo! Pastor Denise, I'm here. Good morning.
Girl, are we in the right place at the right time or what?
We are. I'm sitting here trying to order some more D-Power because I got 2 of them on back order, and I'm like, oh, got to get ready for my call. But you are so right about the retail business. If you want money right now, the retail business is where it's at. I'm telling you guys. Pastor Denise, I tell you, I sell that Cell Energy for like $45. Can't keep it in stock. It's absolutely incredible.
Woo! Go, girl. Woo!
I know. So I'm telling you guys, I know you guys are out there sharing, but let me just give one hint before we go into training. You guys got to make sure you give people a call to action. So when you're out there sharing and you're posting all these amazing things, let people know where they can order the sprays from, how they can get in touch with you, how you're going to ship it out to them. Do they have to pay for taxes and shipping? Because people are out there, and I'm telling you, people say, oh, my friend over here called and I didn't know where to get the sprays, and so I went to your site. I will take their money, people. I will take it. I don't mind, but I feel bad because I know you guys are out there sharing, and I want you guys to reap the rewards of what you're sharing. So I know I sound like I'm a little jazzed up because it's Monday morning, but I just wanted everyone to know, make sure you're putting a call to action, your phone number, an email address, the 10 websites, something so that people know where to go so that they can order these amazing sprays.
Now, Nikisha, you said you saw all of the cell energy. What was your selling point with the cell energy? What was it that people hear about that?
You mean like what is my what's my marketing strategy for that?
Yes,
or
yes, yes.
Well, so basically, I really emphasize that we are the world's first ever manufacturing company to get the glutathione in spray form, which is huge because, people don't talk too much about it. At least I had never really heard of it, but that doesn't mean anything because I didn't really hear about vitamin D either. So I guess I wasn't up to date on the nutrition industry. But, people are really trying to get the glutathione because that's what keeps the cells young and healthy. So if you're starting to age a little bit and starting to show the little wear and tear, the cell energy is what's going to feed the cells from at the very inside and help you to look better, more rested, more youthful, especially with the resveratrol in there. So I think when people see that we have glutathione in spray form, that's a selling point. And then when you add all the amazing things that we have, like the alpha lipoic acid, the resveratrol, the natural casein, it's just an amazing product. And a lot of people like to couple that with the vitamin D. So you really know that people, and I think these are the people who are really, really into health and they understand about all of these great antioxidants and vitamins and hormones. So I think those are the people who are really, really excited about it. But yeah, I have no problem with the cell energy. People just absolutely love it.
That's right. Okay, lady, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so today I wanted to talk about just strategies and execution and completion. So, we're active, right? I know you guys are active, but are we producing? It's one interesting thing. It's always really excited me about this business is that you get paid on productivity, not just activity. So that's like the employer versus the entrepreneur. But that you could be working and looking like you're really, really, really busy, but not really producing anything. And a lot of that comes from the fact that we just don't have a strategy. And because we don't have a strategy, we're not very good at executing whatever it is that we're trying to get accomplished. And then here's another key one is completion. A lot of people have a hard time just kind of rounding out the loop, getting that final sale. Like I said, having that call to action, really closing your business. So people are doing all these activities. They're super, super excited. And then they're not seeing the results of the activities that they're doing. And so that's really what I wanted to talk about today because people come into this business with a lot of hope and a faith that things will just work out. I'm going to use these sprays and it's just going to work out for me. But you need to have a strategy on how you're going to achieve your goals. Harvard did a study. I'm trying to find my notes really quick. And they interviewed a bunch of people. These were Harvard graduates, and they asked them if they had goals. And out of all the people, hold on, let me find that chart that I had. Anyways, out of all the people who they had interviewed, only 3% actually had goals and had them written down. And, only about 3% of the population is achieving any type of wealth. And I think it said maybe like 15% had a general idea in mind of what they wanted to do, but then it's like 80% had no goals at all. And I think we all know that goals are important. We all know that strategy is important, but it's not really emphasized, right? Because we're used to just going into a place, being told what to do, executing that activity, and then moving on to the next activity. But when we have to come up with our own strategy, I think that's a little bit difficult for people. So let's talk about today. So let's talk about what are some of the strategies that we need in this business. And if you're sitting here saying, Nikisha, just tell me what to do, just tell me what to say. To be honest with you, I tried that, and it really didn't grow anybody's business. I could tell you what I say to people, but that might not help you because my approach and my strategy, the way that I say things might not sound right coming out of your mouth. So a lot of times we have to learn these higher level principles that will help us to drive our business as a whole. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is have a daily method of operation, pre-planning. So many people get into this business and they go out there and they say, I'm going to talk to a lot of people. Great. And then they go out there and they don't talk to anybody. Why does that happen? I intended to go out there and talk to people. Well, where were you going to go? I mean, a lot of us work a full-time job or a part-time job or, vice versa. Maybe this is your full-time gig. I don't know. But where are you going to go to talk to these people? Yes, there's tons of people on the street, but are you going to be, grabbing people when you're in your car? Are you going to be waving them down? What's your process? There was one lady who said, every day I always do a walk. So I decided I'd take my walk to the mall. And now I just walk upstairs and downstairs in the mall and talk to the people as I go. So I'm getting my exercise in, that I was already doing, and I have an opportunity that I'm in a place where I can talk to a lot of people and a lot of different people every single day. So that's a strategy that we can employ when we're trying to go out there and prospect. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out there with the intention of talking to everybody, but you should. But you should be in a place, right? We have to get ourselves in a position where we're going to have a lot of people to talk to. I noticed when I first got into this business, because I had a full-time job, that I actually didn't go a lot of places where there are a lot of people, so the majority of my day was at work. And once you talk to all those people, how do you reach other people? And so you have to find ways where you're out and about in the community so that you can have people that are around that you can talk to and share these amazing products with. So we want to have a daily method out of operation. We want to set out with strong intentions of what you want. A lot of people say, I'm going to go talk to a lot of people. Well, what's a lot of people? For me, when I didn't talk to anybody, 5 people would be a lot of people. But maybe you see more than that because maybe you work at a building with 1,000 people in it. So maybe a lot of people to you is 10 people. I don't know. But we have to set out with strong intentions of what we want. And number 2, we got to focus on our priorities. Don't get distracted with activities that don't add value. Hey, like I said, we have a limited amount of time to run our business. I understand that. So you have to make sure that you carve out that time in advance so that you don't get distracted. Here's the thing, couple things that get distracted. Emails. Emails are very distracting. They come in and we feel like we have to respond to them right away. Ping, I got to go check that. What was that? Bling, I got to go do that. What was that over there? Another big one, social media. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I love you. I've gone on to social media with the intention of posting 3 things. That was my intention. And then I started looking up these little crazy videos and all these crazy pictures. And then an hour's passed. I haven't done anything. And I've just scrolled on Facebook. That happens to all of us. And so we have to be very, very careful that we don't get distracted and that we focus on our priorities. So what I started to do is now when I go into my Facebook page, I immediately go to the page that I want to post. And I do that right away, and I don't look at anything on my news feed because I know that I'll get distracted and I'll get lost in this link and that link and that link, and I don't want 30 minutes or an hour or 45 minutes to pass, and I haven't done any income-producing activities. So let's make sure that we focus on our priorities. This is all about the strategy. And then number 3, every night you should determine what your activities are going to be. Where are you going to go? Who are you following up with? Who are you meeting? Make sure that you plan that personal and family time. That's really, really important because we can get really distracted by our business and forget that we have a family, forget that we have people who love us, forget that we have friends who want to be around us. And so sometimes we have to plan those activities too. And then here's another thing. As we're planning those activities for today, we have to start asking ourselves the right question. I was listening to this really great training on questions, and then you never really think of how important questions are. But have you ever really thought of the things that you ask yourself? A lot of us say, why am I so tired? Why am I so broke? Why am I so this? Why am I so that? Well, when you ask poor questions, you're going to get poor answers because your subconscious mind is going to say things like, well, you're broke because you don't make enough money. Well, that's not helpful to me. I already know that. So we have to ask ourselves questions that have power in it. So, for example, what am I positive about in my life? How does that make me feel? What am I pumped up about? What am I excited about in my life? How does that make me feel? What did I perform that gave value to another person's life today? And how does that make me feel? So when we're asking ourselves better questions, we're going to get better answers, and that's going to improve our overall psyche. Because if you ask your subconscious a bad question, it's going to give you a bad answer, which is probably going to make you feel bad, which is going to make you not want to produce as much, which means you won't see as many results, which is going to make you feel bad again. Do you see how you just keep circling down the drain? And we want to go up. We always want to be circling up. If ever you see your life and every single thing just keeps like it's going down, 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 down. You have to take an interruption. You have to do something really, really drastic to change that and start moving yourself on that positive influx. Maybe we'll do another training on that because I really love that. So those are some things that we can do on strategy, making sure that we're planning, making sure that we're focusing on our priorities, that we don't get distracted, that we have a daily method of operation. What do we do every single day to run your business? Just like if you go to a job, there's activities that you have to do every single day to make sure that, whatever it is that you're managing is being taken care of, or whatever you're working on is functioning to full capability, whatever that is, you have a daily method of operation. And we have to employ that same type of attitude in our business. Okay, section 2, execution. Activity and influence. The higher your activity, the more you will increase your influence. Activity breeds confidence. Here's the thing. When you say, I'm going to just hold off talking to somebody today, I'll start talking to them on Monday. And then, Saturday goes and you have a great day, and Sunday goes, and Monday you're all jazzed, and you have Nikisha Bond's training, and you're ready to take on the day, and then, something comes up, and you're like, well, maybe Monday's not a good day. Maybe I'm going to start Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday sounds like a really, really good day. And you keep putting it off, and suddenly you realize that, how many people have I talked to about my business? How many people have I shared with about this amazing opportunity? And we have to know that the more activity you have, the more confidence you have, because instead of having a posture of, I got to try and find people to join my business so I can get my car, you'll start to say, oh my gosh, I have to get out here and share these vitamin sprays. Look at how many people are benefiting from these sprays, how many people are changing their lives, they're getting their car, they're making the income that they wanted to, they're selling retail, they're feeling healthy, they're getting wealthy. That gives you a totally different purpose and a totally different confidence when you don't come from a state of, I need this, to rather, I have this and I got to go out there and give this to everybody. Everyone's going to be benefited every time I come around them because I have these amazing products and this amazing opportunity. So the more activity you have, the more influence you have, and all that does is breed confidence. And the more confidence you have, the more you know that this is going to work out, the more people that you're going to attract who want to be in your business because they know that and they want to be on your coattails when you achieve your success. They want to be right around with you. So that's what really people are looking for is, can you, whoever's out there on that line, can you help me reach my goals? And if you are totally sold out, committed to your goals, I want to join you, because if you're sold out and committed to your goals, then I know that you're going to help me be sold out and committed to my goals. So we really want that confidence in our business. Number 2, caring is sharing. Sharing is caring. Whoever shares the most wins. That's what this is all about. It's all about sharing, and it's all about numbers. And I don't know if I appreciated this as much when I first started the business, because I thought everybody should join it because I thought it was a good idea, so I thought everybody should think it was a good idea. But you know what? I realized that timing plays a really big part into whether or not this sounds like a good opportunity. Because think about it. If everything in your life is going the way that you want it, and you got your goals, and you're excited, and you're working on on this will just be something that takes time away from you. Versus if you're stuck, if you're broke, busted, and disgusted, and you're trying to find a way out, and you are almost out of hope, and somebody comes along with this business, totally different perspective. So that's why sharing as many people as you can is the goal, because you don't know where people are. And here's the great thing: as we go into follow-up, and that's the third point, schedule time for follow-up, because fortune really is in the follow-up, because only about 5% of prospects are going to be closed on the first exposure. In fact, there's only one person in this whole time that I've been in this business who I've actually closed on the very first time that I talked to them, signed the contract right there. Aside from events are different, so we'll talk about that a little bit. But, just a personal one-on-one, this was the first time that person heard it, first time they were exposed to anything, and they signed up right on the spot, not being at an event. That only happened to me once. Most of the time, people needed multiple exposures, to get to listen to watch the videos, to come to a presentation, to do a 3-way call. They had to have multiple exposures. So as we're part of our executing strategy, we have to schedule time to follow up. Because if we're not following up with people, you're missing out on 80% of the people who within the next 2 years will buy from you or join your opportunity. 80% in the next 2 years. So that means that someone that you talked to last year might be prime for a good talking to. And the great thing about this is that now maybe they didn't hear about the cell energy when you told them about it. Maybe they didn't hear about the trim. Maybe they didn't hear about tasty, healthy weight loss. So you have something that you're coming back to them that's new. So you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm bombarding them with the exact same products and the exact same opportunity they said no to. Now you can say, look, we got these amazing new products. Look at all these testimonies that we're having on the trim. So that's just another way to get inside. So really making sure that we're sharing with people and that we're scheduling the follow-up. A lot of your business is going to be about following up with people, getting people on the products, getting people exposed to the business. Number 4, attend events. TTP, Super Saturdays, motivational calls, everything that you can do to get connected with Team Effort Network is going to help you, because events are the spark. That's the spark that fuels you into the action. You may have been sitting here every single day not working on your business. I don't know. I'm not judging you. But those are the people that I'm always excited to talk to, because there's someone who's listening out there who's been trying to run their business. Because if you're running your business and you're making money, how much motivation do you need? The money is motivating you. The excitement is motivating you. Your team is motivating you. You have all these other motivating factors. So I always like to talk to people who aren't motivated, but they're on these calls every day and they're just looking for that thing that's going to make it so that they say, yes, now I can go out there and take action. They get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they want to go full force into their dreams. Those are the people that I'm always trying to talk to. And so if you're sitting here and you're thinking, how do I get excited about this again? I've been in this business and maybe it hasn't turned out the way that I wanted, or, maybe I've been too afraid to do the things that I've always wanted to do. Events are what's going to spark you into action. I know, Pastor Denise, I know you're on the line. And didn't you say that was a turning point for you in your business when you went to an event?
It most certainly was. It was something about the events. And even when I would come to the events and go to the events, I didn't always get what was being said because I didn't really understand what networking was. And I could tell it was a different language. I could hear what the things that people were saying. I said, this is something different. They're speaking in a language I don't know about. But I would come because I was curious and I did want to learn. But it was the big event that really just opened up everything. All the the local events I went to, it was the big event that really just, it was an eye opener. It really did. And I just haven't looked back since.
Absolutely. And there's something that you can't duplicate, because having all those people in the same room with the same vision, the same hope, the same excitement, it changes lives, ladies and gentlemen. So, Pastor Denise, what date is it that they can go to for the event that's happening in September?
Yeah, September 26th. That's next month, family. Next month, about a month away. It's September 26th at the Greenbelt Marriott, and all the great leaders that you hear on this call every week, and in addition, are going to be here for that big event. And it's all to help to boost your business, to take it to the next level, to get your questions answered, to get you trained, to have your guests come in and hear about the product, and to hear about the compensation plan, and to hear testimonies. But when all that great, wonderful, positive, loving family energy comes together, something miraculous happens. So you want to always be in the place where miracles take place, because when you bring that much love and that much unity and that much leadership and that much family together, miracles do happen. So September 26th, in Greenbelt Marriott, you want to be there.
And they can order their tickets online at vitaminspraysnow.com.
That's right. You can get your tickets right now, vitaminspraysnow.com, vitaminspraysnow.com. And if you need to reserve a room, Maureen Murphy-Smith has set aside some rooms, and those rooms really went fast. And I do believe she was able to get some additional rooms. And she got it for just $99. And that's not bad, family. Just a one-night event, but you might want to stay the weekend at that price. So give her a call so she can put a room aside for you. And I'm going to give you her number if you want to write it down. You can call and tell her, or just send her a text, say, please, reserve a room for me. But her number is 703-989-6254. 703-989-6254 to get your room for the Greenbelt Marriott, September 26th, Saturday, September at the East Coast Regional. And to get your tickets is vitaminspraysnow.com.
Absolutely. And it's so important because, point number 5 was going to be, there's always going to be ups and downs to your business. That's what life is. You're either in a storm, just coming out of a storm, or going into a storm. That's life. And if you stop having those type of things, if your business, stops growing at all, that means that it's dead. So you're always going to have ups and downs. And if you're feeling like you're in a down, or even if you're feeling like you're in an up, if you're in an up, you need to be at the event so that you can share all of your strategies and success and helpful tips and help to encourage people. And if you're down, you need to go there so you can take that encouragement, you can get those tips, and you can start working on your strategy. So that's all about execution, And so one of the things you want to think about too is, how many people are you planning on taking to the event? How many people on your team are you going to plan on bringing over there so everybody can get that same spark? Because if you bring your 2 people and they bring their 2 people, and everybody goes and gets that same spark, how amazing will your business be after September 26th? So make sure you go online, vitaminspraysnow.com, so you can order your tickets. And then the last point is completion. Number 1, you want to finish what you started. make sure that you follow up until you get a decision. So many people are afraid of no that they don't even stand around to get any answer whatsoever. We expose people to the business, but then we never follow up. We never say, hey, let me get you on an auto ship. Let me get some sprays in your hand. Let me invite you to a TTP, or let me get you online with someone who's making money or who has gotten their car bonus so that you can see how this really, really works. A lot of times we'll expose the business to people, and then we'll say, well, if they're interested, they'll call me. That might not happen. I mean, think about how many times that you planned on calling somebody back and got distracted with all the things of life and just never got around to it. It wasn't anything against them. It wasn't anything about what they said. In fact, I've had that happen to me before, and when someone follows up with me, I'm always very appreciative because I meant to call you back. I just got really, really busy, and you just weren't on the high list of my priorities. But now that you've called me, you brought it to my remembrance. Let's go ahead and handle business. So please make sure that you guys are finishing what you're started. That goes back to just making sure you have a call to action. How can people reach you once you've gone out there and exposing the business? Because you guys are exposing the business. So if you're not closing the sales, you just have to make sure that you're finishing what you started, that you're following back up with people. If you get someone's email address, make sure that you're sending them things, at least once a week, once a month, so that they get exposed. And then there's probably going to be a time where they've seen it so many times. Now it gets in their subconscious mind. Now that can start changing a lot of the behavior. So remember, we need to have that exposure so that people can start to change their behavior and buy from you. Number 2, you want to connect with the right people. We're looking for diamonds. We're looking for people who understand the vision. If you spend a lot of time talking to people who don't understand the vision, who aren't really trying to move ahead in their life, just make those people a retail customer and move on. When you're trying to recruit people into your business, you really want to make sure you're working with people who really understand what it is that we're trying to do. We're not just in the business of selling sprays. Some people are. Some people, their whole thing is about selling the sprays, and God bless them, they're making a lot of money at it. But if you're really trying to grow your business, you want people to see the long-term vision that you're on a mission to change people's lives. What's your vision statement? What's your mission statement? We're on the mission to change people's lives, and you want to recruit the right people who are looking to change people's lives as well, because how powerful is that? Because if you have to spend all your time trying to convince people that this is a good business, trying to convince people that this is going to be the right path, trying to convince people all this, it's just going to drain you of all your activity. Versus if you're partnering with people who already see this vision, and you guys can spend time encouraging others and talking to other people and sharing this amazing vision with people, it's going to give you so much more momentum in your business than trying to sit here and talk to people who clearly said to you they're not interested in this business. Sometimes you have to go ahead and, even if you really, really wanted them and thought they would be really, really great, you have to move on and find people who really understand this business. And you don't know who those people are going to be because you don't know where they are in their lives. That's why you have to talk to everybody. I didn't know that in the beginning, so that's knowledge for you guys. It took me a long time to figure that out. Number 4, be okay with being uncomfortable. It's okay that this is something that you've never done before. Think about it. All your life you've been told, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers. Or as a kid, kids are don't only speak when spoken to. That was a big one in my house. My mom didn't like kids coming in the house and just talking all over the place. You had to wait to be acknowledged before you could say something, which is hard when I'm telling you to go out there and speak to people who haven't acknowledged you to speak for them. So these are all things that we have to learn that we're going to have to be okay with being uncomfortable with. And so if you're feeling really, really uncomfortable with things that your sponsor is saying, things that the system has told you, you got to work on your personal development. You got to work on it's okay to talk to people. It's okay to share the opportunity. And it's okay to speak to people who haven't spoken to you, talking to strangers. But that's going to come from your mental. And I didn't do a personal development one, but that's one that you'll have to really, really work on. But you have to get used to being uncomfortable, because here's the thing. When you've gotten uncomfortable, you probably stopped growing. If you're sitting around and you're like, you know what, my life is really, really comfortable, I feel really comfortable with everything, you're probably not growing. You're probably not moving on to the next level, because you should be uncomfortable, then learn to be comfortable with that, and moving on to a next level of being uncomfortable, so that you know you're always, always growing. And then number 4, and this is the one that I still challenge with, but be humble to the system. Be coachable. Follow the system. This system's been around since the 80s. This whole 3-way call, connecting with people. It's a little different now because we have a lot more technology which connects us, without having to physically be in the same room. But the principles are still the same, of sharing the product, of, the fear of loss kind of thing, power of 3-way calls. All of those things have been around, and they're proven methods of being successful. But why is it that we're not always using the three-way calls? Sometimes we think, oh, we don't want to bother our sponsor. We don't want to bother this person. We don't want to disturb them. But that's how the system is designed. Why do I have to talk to everybody? I think these two people would be great for my business. It's about timing. That's how the system was designed. So we have to humble ourselves to know that the system has been around for so many years because it works. And so if you're wondering what is the system that you're talking about, Nikisha, you told me you weren't going to tell me a system. And it's basically just going out there, exposing people to the business, giving them some tangible, either a spray to try, a video to watch, something so that they kind of piques their curiosity, come back, take their temperature. Where are they at? Is it something they're really interested in, something they're not really interested in? And depending on what they say, you're either going to lead them into getting some more products, you're going to invite them out to an event, you're going to schedule a three-way call, and you're going to continue to follow up with them until you close the deal. Boom. I just told you the whole network marketing secret. That's why I said it's not that big of a deal. But you know what's a really big deal is getting excited and passionate enough to go out there and even start it. That's what I think people get really stuck at, is they have a hard time starting it. And all you have to do is just take your excitement that you have, take your story, take your why, and go out there and share that vision with people, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you really have to do. But you have to make sure you have a strategy. You have to make sure you're executing your strategy. And most importantly, make sure you're completing what you started. Make sure you're closing the loop so that you can look at that person in your phone book and say, you know what, I've given them every opportunity to join this. They just didn't see it. Okay, I'm moving on to the next person. But if you keep looking in your phone book and you say, well, that person wouldn't be interested, you've already broken the system. That's not how the system works. The system is you don't judge anybody on that list because you don't know where they are. There's a lot of people who I thought would never join my business, ever. First people to sign up. And then there's people who I thought for sure, absolutely, this would be the perfect business for them, wouldn't have nothing to do with it, wouldn't even call me back. You don't ever know where people are in their lives, so you just have to make sure you expose it to everybody. So I hope you guys have walked away with, something that's going to help you grow your business. And if you're sitting here saying, well, yeah, that sounds good, but make sure that you get on these calls. These calls are happening every single day of the week, same time. We have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's other calls that happen on Wednesdays and Sundays, and Spanish calls that happen at 9 o'clock. Even if you don't speak Spanish, you get on the call because you just hear their excitement, and you know something exciting is going on. And that's what you need. If you're sitting here and thinking, well, I don't know what I want to do and how I'm going to do it, work on yourself. Work on that personal development. Encourage yourself. Be your main cheerleader and get yourself excited. And then most importantly, getting over your fear is just to go out there and do it. The more afraid you are, the faster you need to go out there and do it. If you're afraid to talk to people, talk to the next person who comes to you because it'll start to break that fear. As soon as you keep going through and just breaking that fear, you'll get a little bit more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay, back to you, Pastor Denise.
Wow. Ooh, well, I tell you, that's it. Everything she says, I'm telling you, this is what, for the business that you're in, to run your business, for this business of network marketing to be successful, this is it. This is exactly what every other great entrepreneur has done to reach their level of success. Everything that Nikisha just shared with us. And the key point of being comfortable and being uncomfortable, once you master that, you are well on your way. And some of you may say, what does she mean, be comfortable and being uncomfortable? You know how it is when you want to call someone or you run into someone in the store and you want to talk to them about this phrase, but you feel uncomfortable because you feel like they're going to think you're trying to sell them. That when you feel uncomfortable, that's when you should push through it. That's when you should do it the most, because the end result, they're going to thank you for it. See, that little uncomfortable feeling, that's a little sign of fear. And you always want to overcome fear. Never let fear rob you of your blessing. So, Nikisha, I love that. And being comfortable, get comfortable and being uncomfortable. But remember that when you feel that, push through it. Just say, okay, I remember what Nikisha said about this. This is that little bit of fear. I'm comfortable talking to this about this person, but I need to do it. And if I do it, I'm going to push through. And guess what? You're going to strengthen that spiritual muscle, and it's going to become easy for you. Now, there's always going to be times you're going to feel uncomfortable. I still do that. When I'm out and about, I run into people, I'm listening to what they're saying, but I want to share the phrase so bad. And I feel like, oh, should I do it now? Should I do it later? And when that uncomfortable feeling comes, I said, look, I know better. So I wait for them to share what they're sharing, and then I find an opening, and boom, I jump right in with the phrase. And always I would get sell a customer or business partner. And that's the beauty of this business. It does work. Coach Nikisha Bond. Thank you. Love every bit of it. And the social media part, Nikisha. Now we got to tell the truth about that. We can get tied up on social media for hours, and that's not good. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to get to the point where I get on, post my, update my page or post a flyer and get off. Because you can get on there and start scrolling through. I'm telling you, it's terrible. It's a time killer. You got to learn how to manage your time when you get on social media. You got to set a time clock. Put a timer. When you get ready to get on the computer, set up a timer for 45 minutes at the most. That's going to make you rush through and get done when you need to get done. And when that timer goes off, shut that thing down, because you will be there 2 or 3 hours before you realize that 4 hours have gone by and you haven't made a phone call or said anything. You just posted a couple of flyers and you've almost wasted the day. Nikisha, am I telling the truth or what?
Amen to that. But it's good that we say that, because I think a lot of people think it's just them, but it happens to everybody. And I'm the same way. I have to say, okay, this is not a scrolling time. This is a post time and get off.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get. I'm just scrolling. I'm like, does this thing ever come to an end? And you know it never comes to an end, family. So don't scroll, because it's not going to come to. Just get on there, do what you want to say, and get off. Thank you, Coach. Let's bring on Dr. Nita Poole from the UK with our quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can. How are you?
I am good. Nice to have you back. Lovely to hear your voice. Great training, Nikisha. Absolutely wonderful. Warren Dennis said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And that's what's so wonderful. Every Monday, literally, Nikisha's showing us how to translate vision into reality. All we have to do is literally have that vision. And it's exactly as Nikisha says, activity breeds confidence, confidence breeds belief, belief is very, confidence and belief is extremely, extremely attractive. And when you add in passion into it, my goodness, it's very attractive. And then you add in, the quality of our sprays, the quality of our products, the quality of our drink, the incredible pay plan that there is with the TEN opportunity. It's absolutely fantastic. And you put all of that together, and it's extremely attractive. Guys and girls, recently in the news, my goodness, do you know food labeling is actually very, very confusing, and within it actually is very distracting from the true labeling that should be going on. For example, we all know we have a huge obesity crisis in the whole world, not just America. America's got a pretty bad obesity crisis. Europe has a very bad obesity crisis. It's even going into Asia. It is literally a crisis worldwide. Added sugar in the foods that we eat, the unnatural foods that we eat, the processed foods that we eat, the convenience foods that we eat is contributing to this obesity crisis. And I now hear that the labeling on these foods is so incredibly misleading. What a lot of them are doing is they are labeling it according to the percentage of the total sugar that people should have in the day, to mask the fact, because that appears lower than it would be if they labeled it as the percentage of sugar that is against the recommended added sugar dosage. And therefore, for example, on I won't name the brand, but one of the most popular drinks out there, which is completely unnatural, has no goodness in it whatsoever, mainly contains sugar. For example, if you look at the label, it only has about 39% of the total sugar somebody should have in a whole day. That's in one can. So obviously they're going to go way over their dosage of sugar. However, if you look at it as the percentage of how much percentage of sugar that should be out of an added amount of sugar, it's way over 100%. And that's how things should be labeled, but they're not labeled that way. So it's very, very misleading for people. Now, here's the importance of the difference. When you're consuming added sugar in a processed food, literally the sugar level rises much, much quicker in your bloodstream because that sugar, because it's added sugar, it's not in the cells of organisms. Like if you eat fruit and vegetables, the sugar is in the cell. That's harder to break down, so your blood level goes gradually up, and it's a natural sugar. Your insulin response from your pancreas grows gradually up. It's not a quick hit of the added sugar, which is unnatural sugar that's not in cell walls. It just goes quickly into your bloodstream. You get a quick high. Your pancreas and your insulin level has to respond very, very highly, so it puts stress on those types of organs, and that's what's so incredibly bad. So not only is the food and drink industry getting away with misleading labeling, that health experts have actually called for it to change, but they're also, because it's added sugar, not natural sugars in natural foods, it's doing even more harm. Now, where does that place us? We've got TEN oral sprays, Slim by 10, which has been shown with natural ingredients to help people. You know, we've had diabetics describe that their blood levels are improving, and we obviously don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any particular disorders, but that in itself shows that these natural ingredients are helping people stabilize their blood sugar levels. Plus the Slim by 10 is helping them slim down, plus the Super 10 and the Cell Energy is helping them decrease their inflammation, helping their muscles recover quickly, and the D-Power and the B12 is so important for energy, so important for total body function and the blood functioning properly. So, you know, we've got incredible, incredible products. We have an incredible opportunity. We've got to share these. Jay Leno said, now there are more overweight people in America than average weight people. So overweight people is now the average. That's a terrible thing to, to have as the average. Complete obesity is really a frightening thing. So, they say true healthcare reform starts in your kitchen with nutrition, not just in Washington where all the laws are made, basically. Thomas Edison says, the doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather with nutrition. Now, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, years and years and years ago, and he looked way ahead. Now, obviously, we don't, we're not claiming to replace drugs. These are not pharmaceutical drugs. These are natural nutritional supplementation. But in actual fact, many people have responded better with our natural nutritional supplements in a fantastic spray form than they have, with what their doctors were prescribing. And their doctors have been so incredibly pleased. So Astrid Aluda said, your body is a temple, but only if you treat it as one. So treat the TEN sprays as a temple, treat the pay plan as a temple, treat your body and your nutrition as a temple. Go out there, share it, look after yourself, and look after others. Back to you, Denise.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Pooh. And yes, family, your body is a temple. Love it. Take care of it. It's the only one you have. Well, Dr. Pooh, thank you for those quotes and the updates and the comments. Thank you, Coach Nikisha Bob, for our training for today. Excellent training. Family, I suggest that you get this tape and listen to it again. There were some extra tips that you probably already know, but it's good to just listen to it again and then just visualize how you're going to incorporate that in your daily method of operations, because that's what it's all about in building your business. Thank you all for being here today. It's been a wonderful way to get the week started. Do not forget to join Maria on the Spanish call that takes place at 9:10 a.m. this morning right here. As soon as we finish here, it's going to be 9:10 a.m. Pacific time. If you have Spanish-speaking friends, get them on the call with Maria and the Spanish team, and they will take really good care of them. And also, I think that's it, family. Nothing else to do but get off this phone and get out there and go tell someone the great news that you heard today. Do not forget to register for the East Coast Regional that will be taking place in just a month, September 26th. Go to www.vitaminspraysnow.com to get your ticket. And do not forget to call Maureen Murphy-Smith if you want to book your room at the Greenbelt Marriott. And also, we do have information. I have to get the booking number. We do have a booking number at the Marriott if you want to call and make your own reservations. And so I'll get that code for you. I don't have it right now, but I'll get it and try to post it on social media. Love your family. Get out there, make a difference. Share, share, share. Love you all. God bless you. You are loved. You are appreciated. And have a wonderful, prosperous day on purpose. Mwah.